You know, we all at some point or another run into pretty much everybody, especially when you're in the Midwest. So I've known Laval for a while. I wouldn't say I'm, really close to him or, connected in a way that ever worked for, with him or, haven't necessarily been in the same coaching tree. But, yeah, certainly I've known Laval for a while.
Does Butler look different under him than it did, say, under Chris Holtman?
Well, same personnel, a much different stamp offensively to their program. I think, Laval has history at University of Michigan, so they do a lot of the same concepts that Coach Beeline has up there with the two-guard front. They space the floor really well. Obviously, they have very talented perimeter players. They're playing more four-guard lineups than maybe they did, a year ago. But that's because Travis was on their team and played that mismatch four. So, Keelan at the four for them, Keelan Martin, presents a much different challenge than Travis was because he could, was more of an inside guy trying to go out. And Keelan's a lot different than that. He's all perimeter and can go in on smaller guards.
The offensive explosion they had against Villanova, was that an outlier that you saw to what they've done all season long?
Well, it's their best game in terms of shooting the ball. I think that, just watching the game on film, Butler was ready. They handled their pressure. Villanova presents, they have a lot of guards on the floor offensively, so maybe more than most. They were able to handle the pressure, get the ball in spots. I think they got up a little bit. When they got up, I think Villanova went to pressing them. And I thought Butler's attack was phenomenal. They didn't get the ball over half court and take a big sigh of relief and then try to run a set play. They attacked their pressure, and it resulted in open threes. And as you know, that can go one of two ways. You miss them, and now maybe Nova gets back in the game. But, Butler had some players step up and make some big-time shots and deserved and earned the victory. So, it was a really impressive offensive performance. But I think a large part in the second half was because of Villanova deciding to pressure full court and trap, and Butler's guards did a great job of finding the open man, whether it was for a dunk or whether it was for an open three.
One of the guards that you guys haven't faced is Paul Jorgensen, a transfer from GW. What do you see out of him? What skills does he bring to the table?
Well, he's an aggressive, attacking, very confident guard. It's ironic that I think he has the same type of, confidence issue as Karam did. Early on in the year, Jorgensen wasn't playing as well, wasn't playing as aggressive, and now it's you watch him against Butler, and he's pulling up from 30 feet, in transition, with every bit of ounce of confidence, knowing the ball's going in. So we're playing a guy that is on a roll, that's playing extremely confident. He's good off the dribble. He's not just a catch-and-shoot perimeter player. He makes other guys better as well. So, like a lot of their perimeter guys, we have our hands full tomorrow night.
There's a lot of interest that goes with this game. It's kind of a really good natural rivalry here in the conference. Do you consider it one of the bigger games of the year when you play Butler here?
I think they're all big. The fact that they're 90 miles away and, we compete in recruiting. We've had some ultra-competitive games for so many years that sure, I think that the fan bases get excited for this game, but every game in the conference counts the same. We win tomorrow night, we lose tomorrow night, it goes in the same column and it counts the same. But both programs are really familiar with each other. The players, some of them have been battling each other for 4 years now. You got Weidman and Martin and those guys that have seen Trayvon and Sean and JP. So it's a great rivalry, and it's one we're excited to play in.
You guys are one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, and Tom has a stat here that in the last 2 minutes of games, you guys make 94.4% of your free throws. It helps to have your good shooters having the ball in their hands at that point, but is there anything different this year that you guys have done in terms of free throw shooting?
Nope, not a whole lot. Guys have gotten older. I think maybe who knows, maybe the run that we had a year ago. You play in some pressure-packed environments, some, big-time situations. I like to think that when you have experience like that, you know, it helps grow your confidence. But you still have to make them, you know, the ones that are to play out. So it's been great so far that we've been able to close games, and we've been in some close ones. So we have to hope that that trend continues and we keep working the way we are in practice at our concentration level and our routine.
Try to get around coach speak on this one. Top 5 ties your highest ever ranking.
Yeah.
Care at all?
It might help recruiting. You know, other than that, you know, not really. I feel like, and you know, I try to be really honest with our team. You know, I tell them all the time my job is to, you know, give you reality as I see it and be honest with you. And you know, I don't think over the last 2 weeks that we've played like the top 5 team. You know, I think we're more than capable of doing that. But you know, so I don't necessarily worry about, you know, what our ranking is or what it should be, or you know, when you're not ranked that you should be. It's all irrelevant. The games matter, and hopefully we're a better version of ourselves tomorrow night against a really good Butler team.